Zone with Don Paul, aka the Dr. Don, your certified life coach. And now here's Dr. Don.
Which camera am I? Oh, hi everybody. Happy Friday, happy Friday. This is your girl Don Paul, aka the Dr. Don, your certified life coach. And as I always say, my prescription is my words. There's no better medicine than that. Last week, we started off the new year with my sisters. We talked about, are you hurting or are you helping your sister? That was last week. And then I said, let me bring the brothers in just to see if they deal with the same kind of hate, the kind of jealousy that women deal with. Is there haterade among the brothers? Is there gossip among the brothers? What do brothers deal with? Do they deal with the same situation that the sisters do? So I have a great group of guests. Of course, Dr. Don later in the show will be doing her Dr. Don Q&A. Well, I will be answering your life and love questions and giving you my Dr. Don Daily Dose to give you some positivity and give you some things to think about, like I always do. But let me introduce these guests. I tell you, God always leaves me who to ask, who to come in this space. Everybody can't come into Dr. Don's space. The spirit's got to be right, RJ, doesn't it? Yes, RJ is the king of engineers around here. My spirit, I can't be uncomfortable in this space. So that's a word to the wise, and watch who you surround yourself with. But let me introduce these guests, very good brothers. They all have something great to add to this conversation. Dominique Leonard, he's no stranger to the Dr. Don radio show. Playwright, entrepreneur, mentor. Dominique Leonard, honey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good,
Thank you for the invite.
Yes, and I just had a play. It was very good. Tyler Perry, watch out.
Amen. We claim it.
Yeah, we claim it. And then I have my brother from another mother, Ash DeVito. And it's going to take me a minute to list all his titles. He's a writer, director, producer, actor, DeVito Family Films, Ash DeVito. How are you, Ash?
I'm blessed. Man of God, most importantly. How everybody doing today?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Amen to that. And, last but not least, I met this brother a couple years ago. I called him a pastor. He's not a pastor, but he's an author. He is a philanthropist. He is a professor. We got Professor Carlos Wallace in the house. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just glad to be here. Looking forward to this phenomenal discussion.
Man, look, Carlos said, Dr. Don, we might have to have part 5, 6, 7.
Right. An hour ain't going to be enough.
Oh, my God. But we'll try to get it in. But you all, if you want to call in, get in on the conversation, 832-230-5592. Or Dr. Don, we'll be reading your comments on Facebook in a minute. So it's going to be a good show. But the show is about brothers supporting brothers. And, it's amazing to me, guys, and I want to start with you, Carlos. I don't see this conversation being had among brothers. Do you?
I have had it quite a bit of late, because when you get to a position to where you can employ your fellow brothers or give opportunities, of course, that is what creates the dialogue.
Yeah.
So I've had the blessing to be able to employ and give opportunities. So, of course, I'm having that discussion more.
Yeah, so you're having it more. So you do see the conversation happening.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ash, you?
I'm sorry, what's the question again?
The brothers, is this conversation happening among brothers in the barbershop and wherever? Are you all talking about, are brothers hurting or hating on each other?
I think that it's really a conversation that we're not having. It's kind of like a unsaid thing. When you go off of intuition and vibe, like, when somebody's really trying to help you and when somebody is just giving you a good enough effort or a good enough reason and things of that nature. But I don't think we talk about that enough. And I think if the conversation was to be had, me being a direct person, from my experience, it never really went too well because everybody's not open to having a direct conversation that makes them feel uncomfortable, especially if there's any truth to it.
You, Dominique?
On my part, I just know that men deal with things a little bit differently than women deal with it. And brothers hating on other brothers, our form of hating is different from a woman's standpoint of hating.
Yeah.
Because I know personally, I have called different people, I reached out to different people, who are men, even to come in and do some things with me and for me. And it wasn't really a good response sometimes.
Wow.
I got the flu, but I see them out the next night, and it's like, I thought you had the flu.
It ain't gonna stop the turn up though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not to help you turn up.
Right.
So we have men. So we are saying, and I am reading your comments on Facebook Live. I'll read those in a minute, guys. But that there is hell. How do brothers hate against each other? Let's start with you, Carlos. How is it? Because with women, it's gossip. But how do brothers hate on each other?
Well, there's times where it may be labeled as hate or whatnot, but it may not be hate. You know, like I said, in my space, I run several businesses, right? And for a person to approach me about being a business affiliate, associate, or come into what I'm already doing, my first analysis is how can that help my business? How can that help what's already here, you know?
Yeah.
And so for me to turn them away or say, hey, you know, brother, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Some accept that as hate, and that's just not hate. It doesn't fit the business model. So, you know, you have to reassure yourself and your confidence and saying, okay, that was not for me.
Yeah.
And move along to the next opportunity.
I like that. Ash, how is how is hate among brothers different than with women?
Piggyback on what he said, because that was so, true, right? So if two brothers having a conversation and like he said, it doesn't fit the model, me as a businessman, I know when I can kind of sense when I'm more business oriented than certain people or when they're more business oriented than I am. So for him to tell somebody that it may hurt their feelings personally, but they're not putting themselves in a position as a businessman because they haven't learned. They should learn from this meeting. What do I need to do? For example, I was out doing crowdfunding for a new project, a documentary film.
Yeah.
A gentleman told me, "Are you asking for this? I'll give you this."
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give it to you. I'll give it to your business. So what I had to learn is go set up my business entity, get my DBA, my LLC, my EIN, my business bank account.
Yeah.
Start building business credit, acting as my own CFO. So if I never get that meeting again, I don't need them.
Right.
But he told me a jewel. Now I could have gotten my feelings like, oh, he don't want to help me. But no, he told me exactly what I needed to do when I leave that building and go back. And now I can talk to him or anybody else because my entities together.
Yeah.
So I think that was really powerful for him to say that, because I noticed that a lot of people think when you don't do what they want to do, when you want to do it, they think that it's hate, not understanding the detail that come along with it. Nobody knows what you went through.
But we understand, we do understand, I think, the difference between it's okay to say, when somebody says no, it's not that they're hating on you, it's for a reason. But we understand when it's hate, when it's jealousy.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about how you have been hurt by another brother. Give me an example. Dom, you used it with the play, but I mean, because I have had brothers tell me, it's deeper, because a man is like, how's he gonna do this to me? And that's my brother. So what hurt? How have you been hurt by another?
Well, mine can probably be stretched out a little bit here to different individuals, and I think that when things happen in your life, it's a different form of hurt. And more so when it comes from your brother, people you call yourself pretty cool with, okay with, and you can break bread with. When things happen and there's no explanation behind it, and all of a sudden the ties are cut, and you're like, wait a minute, what happened? I've always been good to this brother. I didn't do anything negative or backlash to this brother, so why is he walking away from me? Or and sometimes I've learned that it's not always about you. Sometimes they can be fighting their own demons.
Yes, that's what it's about.
Absolutely.
And stuff. And so therefore it's almost like I don't have no control of that.
You really don't. You have to let it go. How have you been hurt by another brother, Ash, and then you, Carlos?
I've been disappointed in many ways. Being in the business itself, I already have a thick skin, being how I grew up, where I grew up. So, but being a human being, I found disappointment. For example, the feature film I did. I provided a platform for hundreds of people to be a part of it when nobody was knocking on their door. I went out of my way to get every talent I could find to be a part of a project, but to see what I didn't do it to get anything out of it. I did it to help, right? But to see how out of hundreds of people, there's probably 5 that I'll even talk to or work with again because of the hurt, the experience. When you're really when things are moving, you really get to see how people are and who they are. So when the movie's in production, everybody's great. Everybody's your friend. Everybody wants to be on the screen. But when it comes down to selling a ticket or promoting or doing something that's going to help them and us overall, everybody's gone. So I think that was just a bit of a disappointment, not necessarily hate, but that's the best example I could use of probably many examples I done really faced in regards to that.
Okay, Carlos, you?
Well, I can't really give any one story specific. You
Okay.
know, of course, my book, Life is Not Complicated.
Yes.
You are, and there are several stories in there where people have betrayed me. You know, throughout life, right?
Yeah.
So, just something of late, a person that I helped in business.
Yeah.
It got back to me by more than one source.
Yeah.
Carlos Wallace only does something that benefits him. And so, you know, but I can't say it damaged me because it was disappointing, as the brother said, but because my reputation is what it is. It's strong, and my character is God built, right? So the two people he told knew it was not the truth.
Yes.
Because they know who I am.
Yeah.
And so but I will only allow you just enough space to hang yourself, but you won't hang me.
Right.
You know. So.
And Damon, thank you, Damon, for your comment. He says, "Cool show." So, and he's a brother. So I thank you
What's
for
up,
that,
Damon?
Damon. He's a good guy.
Shout out to Damon.
But you know what? I think, what is it though? Because women, I find that we are jealous of each other because of looks.
Y'all life is a consistent competition.
Yes, skin complexion, whose hair looks better, what are we wearing? It's all this outside, foolishness. But what is it that brothers are jealous of each other for? Is it the woman you have? Is
The
it
woman liking us more than the other brother.
Okay, so y'all deal with that? Dom, what do you?
Yeah,
Why do brothers hate?
yeah,
So is it? What is it among y'all that makes y'all jealous? He's lighter than me, darker than me. He's taller than me. He's got a nicer car. What is it?
Well, at my show, like with every show, I'm known for the suits I wear, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've had
Yeah.
I've had wives say to me, "I want you to talk to my husband about getting a suit." Like, and I tell you can't tell another man. I want you to get instructions from another man.
That's right.
On how to look good. You can't do that. So you automatically create that tension, and I ain't do anything.
That's right.
I just wore a nice suit.
I'm telling you. We have
Let's
to
bring
take a
that question
commercial.
back.
Oh, yes. We'll bring the question back. Thank you, Liddell. I dig it. Thank you, Gerald J.J. Thompson, one of my good friends. Thank you. Y'all stay tuned. We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
Sunday, January 14th is Martin Luther King Jr. Honors and Celebration Day here at the Community of Faith Church in Houston, Texas. Hello, friends. This is Bishop James Dixon, inviting you and your family and friends to join us for this most invigorating experience, honoring the legacy of Dr. King. The phenomenal Yolanda Adams will be singing in the 11 o'clock experience here at the Community of Faith Church. On this Sunday, we will be serving 70 community servants, bowing down to wash the feet of 700 low-income, economically disadvantaged children. At the Community of Faith Church, where love is what love does, and the difference we make is our difference. We'll see you Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. for this experience.
At Hill Pro Floors, we stock a huge selection of carpet. You can buy it today, and you can get it today. With over 20 years experience, we do it all. Carpet, laminates, tiles, and hardwoods. We carry popular name brands. We have the largest selection at unbeatable prices. We specialize in residential apartment and commercial installs. Plus, when you get it today, you can have it installed tomorrow. Get the best floors for less and get it today. Hill Pro Floors on Greenbrier in Stratford.
Start 2018 with all the social media tools, motivational mojo, and selling techniques you need.
We've gathered a toolkit of the top speakers, including Les Brown live from London, Armando Montalongo, star of Flip This House,
Oscar Hines, Arthur and Marketing Ninja, Paul Getter, social media star, Scott Schilling, stock investment expert, and Eric Stoller, founder of the Les Brown Institute.
Learn winning strategies from real estate mogul Armando Montalongo, a step-by-step process on how to invest, flip, and profit from real estate.
Discover how to become a professional speaker. Increase sales by mastering the art of influencing people.
Learn the insider secrets on how to make your social media convert into more than just likes.
Kick off 2018 like a champion. This powerful seminar will be in Dallas and Houston, January 13th and 14th.
Tickets available on Eventbrite at 2018 Success Toolkit Event. Dallas.
Hi, everybody. We are back. Dr. Don Radio Show. No judgment, just realness. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for the comments. I will read them right now. Cool show, good conversation. Thank you, guys. But this is an interesting conversation to me. But do you think a lot of brothers, and let's start with you, Dom, do not know how to interact with other brothers, or they may have jealousy among each other because they maybe didn't have a father growing up or a positive male role model?
I do believe the communication between brothers is kind of tainted a little bit because sometimes brothers don't know how to communicate with the other brother.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could be intimidation. You know, sometimes, because I've been told many times, well, brother, I didn't like you at first because, you seem like you was all that. But as I get to knowing you, you're down to earth like everybody else.
But does the lack of a father, though, do you think have to do with a brother not being able to love another brother?
I think
how much does that?
I think it definitely plays a part. I think at the end of the day, I never had a father figure around, but I didn't make excuses on how not to be a gentleman, how not to be a man, and things that I knew were right from wrong. But I think having a father, having that structure to mold you at a young age, to be able to communicate, because I feel like only a man can really calm down a man or relate to a young boy. My mom did the best she could, but it really still takes that man presence to raise a young man and to instill certain values in them, in my personal opinion.
You, Carlos, do you think the lack of a brother's lack of a father? And see, I like, Ash, what you said. It's not an excuse.
Well, I think.
But does that play a part?
Well, the deepest root is the insecurities of that brother. You know, for you to say, I didn't like you at first because you think you're all of that.
Yeah.
No, what you told me is you thought you were less than me. I didn't say that. You thought that.
Yeah.
So the first thing you need to do, you need to work on your confidence.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because I'm a real alpha male. Like, I'm very sure of who I am.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then we're probably not going to have a good conversation.
Yeah.
You know, because I speak with a leadership tone. And I want to speak to other leaders.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know that.
And I want to give you the opportunity to be a leader.
Yeah.
But it has to be within you first.
Yeah. And I like that, too. I like surrounding myself with boss chicks. I don't surround myself with women not doing anything. That doesn't help me.
For what?
It feeds, I like to feed off that energy. But let's talk about before you all, maybe your walk with God was better, or before you matured. Let's start with you, Dom. Have you yourself hurt another brother?
You know what? If I hurt another brother, it was probably not intentionally. Because I don't go out. One thing I try to do from men to women, I try to build them up versus breaking them down. And because I've been hurt as a child growing up in many different ways, you know what I'm saying? Just from my father alone.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I guess growing up, my whole goal, was to build up brothers. And like I said, if I have hurt any brother, it wasn't intentionally. But it goes back to what he said earlier. A lot of times these women who are married, get attention or like the attention from the other man, that because he got nice suits on, he's checking them out, what it may be. This man just put on a suit. He's not going on, he's not trying to, get the other woman, other man's woman.
Yeah.
And stuff. So a lot of times, a lot of these women take attention to us men who may be single or whatever,
Yeah.
And, there it is.
Yeah. Are you blaming the women?
Well, no,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I know how it can be, because if you have a brother who's like, okay, why my wife liking Carlos? Is she checking him out? That can happen. But have you yourself, Ash, and then Carlos, have you yourself, before you found out who you were, hurt another brother maybe?
I'm sure I have at some point unintentionally hurt another brother. However, I can say I've made plenty of mistakes. I failed as a man. I failed as a husband. I failed as a son. I failed as a brother. I failed as a businessman. I failed in every aspect of life. However, I never allowed that to dictate who I was or who I could be. So I'm sure at some point, yes, but my heart and my goals has always been to uplift. I've always been an inspirational person. So naturally, I'm inspire people. I inspire myself, but I also try to inspire and build people around me. Because I feel that's the most important thing to do. There's so much going on that we don't have to work hard to feel bad about ourselves.
Right. You, Carlos, have you maybe even unintentionally hurt another brother?
I'm sure I have. You know, of course it was not intentionally, but you know, the biggest word that we don't like hearing is no.
Yes.
And I'm in a position that I often have to say no. You know, and brothers take it to a whole nother level. You know, on the no. You know, and but my advice is always understand the no.
Yes.
You know, and get to your yes. So don't take it personally. You know, look within who you are and understand why I said no.
I like it. No, and we're going to talk about that later. But what insecurities do men deal with? Is it because you all are the head of the household, and I can only imagine dealing with pressures of not only of being the head of the household, but of the world and the stigma that is on the black man. What are insecurities that a brother can deal with? You start with you, Dom.
Oh, wow. I think the first one I'm going to go to is going to be a low blow, but it's the truth because it starts from his manhood. And I think the first insecurity a man deals with because it builds outward is his sexuality as far as how he's formed. Are y'all following me?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I think, because that right there alone says, hey, this is who I am. I'm a mandingo, or you know, I'm in the itty bitty committee.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
that can. Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm just being for real. And then
like
that can be one of them, but also too a man's position has a lot to do with his securities and insecurities. You know, who am I as a man? Where am I as a man?
Yeah.
You know. And I heard a great saying is that, you know, it doesn't matter what people think about you, it's what you think about yourself.
Yeah.
And so that man has to think about himself of who he is as a man, period.
Do y'all agree with that can be a part of some brothers' insecurities?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think giving too much power to one's opinion, you know, but know who you are.
Yeah.
And you're a God-fearing brother, like, hey, all of the other stuff doesn't matter.
The mandingo thing is the big thing, you know, just like women deal with, her behind is bigger. It has a lot to do with physical as well. So the men, you all deal with that physical aspect as well. Yeah.
Well, I can't say I do personally,
some men, yeah.
You know, I grew up in the 80s, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm very dark. And I grew up during a time where being very dark was not very popular. You know, but my mother have always told me I was the best looking one.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so
that's right.
I've heard that so much in repetition that I believed it.
Yeah.
At age 3, 4, or 5 years old.
Yes.
So there are the insecurities that some may have. I don't, because my mom has instilled so much in me.
Absolutely.
And you know, and I carry that now, even at 46 years old.
I think that does have. My mom she would always tell us, y'all are beautiful. My beautiful dark-skinned children. We're like, why are you saying dark?
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
Yeah.
But we got older, we saw why she said
Absolutely.
it. But you can turn me down because I'm too dark for you, but come on. My mama done told me I was fabulous.
You did yourself a disservice.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, and I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know.
And chocolate is in. Y'all know that.
It's gonna be here for it's gonna be here for a long time.
All y'all, all in. I think it doesn't matter. If you're a good man, you're a good man.
I don't get into the. I understand that whole dollar. Look,
but I don't. We need to get over that.
I have 5 brothers. I'm youngest out of 5 boys. The middle child was darker than all of them. And my mama told him the same thing.
Yes.
And I felt like that's my chocolate baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And however, the love was the same.
Yes.
You know, regardless of how we all looked. And just growing up, you know, in Sunnyside, you know, it wasn't too many. I had a guy tell me the other day, man, I didn't know light-skinned people was in Sunnyside until I met you.
Oh, Lord,
like, you know, so it's just that.
But how ignorant does that sound?
Right, very ignorant. But, you know, it does sound ignorant, you know, but this is somebody from the community. And he's speaking from his experience and what he sees, you know.
Yeah.
And but other than that, you know, I want to speak on insecurities for a brief second because it's so important to, like both of these brothers mentioned, to know who you are as a man, right? Because once you know who you are, you're not worried about who everybody else is, because the more you don't know yourself, the more you put yourself in position to feel insecure about every man, person that you talk to, your wife talk to, everybody around you, you know. So I think that it's very, security plays a very strong aspect in just developing as a man.
I agree, but let's talk at a deeper level. When a brother, and let's start with you, Dom, and I want to go around, What does it mean, though, when a brother hurts another brother? It's because you all are the heads of the household, the heads of the community. So when we got brothers hating against other brothers, what does that mean on a deeper level?
On a deeper level, when a brother hurts me or when a brother have hurt me, it hurts because you're almost saying like, hey, we're built the same. We both have the same qualities, are supposed to have the same qualities, the same mindset, and we both can do the same things if we choose to.
Yes.
So versus breaking each other down, why don't we build each other up?
Amen to
how
that.
How can I help you and how can you help me? How can we help each other? Matter of fact, even if you can't help me, how can I help you get to where you got to go?
Amen to that.
I think the man said the greatest of it is that no doesn't always mean no. Get to your yes.
Yeah.
So guess what? You hurt me, or I may have hurt you some kind of way. Okay, now let's get past that. Let's say, okay, how can we build together? Because you know why? 2 men are greater than 1 man.
That's right.
That's right. And in our community, it's pitiful. If you go to the black churches, it's filled with women. When you go to the Caucasian churches, it's filled with white men and their wives.
Couples, yeah.
And when you go to the Spanish churches, it's filled with Spanish men and their wives.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with that.
Yeah. Ash, and then Carlos, what does it mean, though, on a deeper level when we have brothers hating on other brothers? Because people, this is not just you hating on your brother. This is tearing down the community.
I feel this is what we've been struggling with for years. Look at Black Wall Street, 1921.
Oh, yes.
They conspired. We had millionaire dentists. We had our own movie theaters. We had our own practices, health practice. We had everything, right? And they wiped that off because minorities, black people were working together and they were working with each other only, and they couldn't take that, right?
Yeah.
And let's just take it from now. How many communities do you see working together as a community? Let's just take it out of a black thing. Like, I think it's very important for us to work together and to come together. Let's start building those groups. Let's having those group meetings. Okay, we got 6 people here together. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring? What can we do to help ourselves?
Yeah.
And then from that, help our community and get other people and inspire them to start groups of doing the same thing. I just don't see a lot of people working together and being a businessman that takes meetings often. I go create the opportunities. If there's no door, then create one.
That's right.
And of all the things and people I've met with, I just really see how important it is for us to work together as minorities, period.
You, Carlos, what does it mean when a brother hurts another brother? What does that do to the community, to the family?
Well, I'll say, for me personally, with blessings from above and the character in which, the person that my parents built, I've been able to afford great business opportunities and great business relationships, right?
Yeah.
And I do understand that my access is not a common access for everybody.
Yeah.
So what I've tried to do is always try to facilitate that and give you the opportunity to use my access to advance your agenda, your business or whatever it is you're trying to do. So when you fail that, you fail me, and you make me afraid to give that access to the next person.
Yes.
So that in itself is painful,
that's
right? If I said, hey, I want to call the Improv and I'm going to get you a show, nothing. Like, all you got to do is show up.
Yeah.
And you don't show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I'm hesitant.
Yes.
When the next person say, hey, man, can you give me? And so I can only operate off of history.
Wow.
And the history that I have with that opportunity failed me.
Yes.
So it makes me afraid to do that again, right? And so some people would say, well, you can't judge everybody off that one person. But how many times do you get smacked before you smack back?
Ah, that's good.
And so, I want to touch on Black Wall Street real quick.
Somebody says, thank you for the comment. They said, very true. They said, build up. So thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. We'll get on that. We'll be right back.
Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
Sunday, January 14th is Martin Luther King Jr. Honors and Celebration Day here at the Community of Faith Church in Houston, Texas. Hello, friends. This is Bishop James Dixon, inviting you and your family and friends to join us for this most invigorating experience, honoring the legacy of Dr. King. The phenomenal Yolanda Adams will be singing in the 11 o'clock experience here at the Community of Faith Church. On this Sunday, we will be serving 70 community service bowing down to wash the feet of 700 low-income, economically disadvantaged children at the Community of Faith Church, where love is what love does, and the difference we make is our difference. We'll see you Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. for this experience.
At Hill Pro Floors, we stock a huge selection of carpet. You can buy it today, and you can get it today. With over 20 years experience, we do it all. Carpet, laminates, tiles, and hardwoods. We carry popular name brands. We have the largest selection at unbeatable prices. We specialize in residential apartment and commercial installs. Plus, when you get it today, you can have it installed tomorrow. Get the best floors for less and get it today. Hill Pro Floors on Greenbrier in Stratford.
Start 2018 with all the social media tools, motivational mojo, and selling techniques you need.
We've gathered a toolkit of the top speakers, including Les Brown live from London, Armando Montalongo, star of Flip This House,
Oscar Hines, Author and Marketing Ninja, Paul Getter, social media star, Scott Schilling, stock investment expert, and Eric Stoller, founder of the Les Brown Institute.
Learn winning strategies from real estate mogul Armando Montalongo, a step-by-step process on how to invest, flip, and profit from real estate.
Discover how to become a professional speaker. Increase sales by mastering the art of influencing people.
Learn the insider secrets on how to make your social media convert into more than just likes.
Kick off 2018 like a champion. This powerful seminar will be in Dallas and Houston, January 13th and 14th.
Tickets available on Eventbrite at 2018 Success Toolkit Event. Dallas, January 13th, and Houston, January 14th. Don't miss it.
Oh, yes.
Freestyle.
Yes. Dr. Don Radio Show, we are back talking to brothers, to men. Are you hurting or helping your brother? Good show. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you all, Facebook Live. Please share the video, guys. We need more positive media out there, so Dr. Don always encourages you to share because I'm giving you positive media. I take pride in that. But Carlos, you were making a point about Black Wall Street. Go ahead.
Black Wall Street, like my take on that is generally different than a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
Because obviously the enemy tore down the building of its physical structure, but they can't burn down the mentality. So just because the building left does not mean this billionaire dentist and this millionaire doctor and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Why has that been removed? You know, we've had many years to restructure that idea.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just in the physical form. You know, so I hate when I hear us say, man, we were working together great until they burnt the building down. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
You never burnt a house and built a new house.
Rebuild it again.
Yeah, you know, so the question is, where is the mentality of working together? You know, now to take it a bit further, again, for us to work together, it has to make sense. I mean, in business, I can't work with you just because you're black.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like that's.
Or just because you need a job.
Just because you need a job.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that, it has to make sense
because you're
for
somebody's
the
cousin.
business.
Yeah.
It has to make sense for the business.
Absolutely.
And so we have to get that understood. You know, what type of business does Carlos have? I want to be a part of his business, and here's what I do can add to his business.
That's right. Do you add value to some? And it should be, I think, we don't have enough. We have a lot of people, and this is not just men. This is everybody. I want to win. Let me be on your platform so I can win. If I help you win, so what? It's all about us. Selfishness. And we got to get out of that. We can only blame Jim Crow for so long. Exactly. You know, I get so sick of that. Right. Well, Dr. Dunn, that's the Jim Crow material. Okay, but why are we doing that?
I don't buy into it.
I don't buy into
that's
it
an
either.
Insecurity.
You're the way you are because you want to be that.
You're looking for a reason to be a failure.
And we
coming up with that excuse. And
we have to own it.
Yeah, I don't allow the excuse to fail.
No.
I don't allow it.
I agree.
No.
I agree. Let's talk about hurting and helping another brother. I told the sisters last time, the example I brought up was video vixen, stripper, we love the Oprahs, we love the Michelle Obamas, but are we hurting or helping that sister who doesn't fit that profile? Do we love all sisters? So Dom, and he's very candid about his story, about how he did time, 8 years He's on release. How do we treat our brothers who have been incarcerated? Are we helping or hurting those brothers? When you got out, what was your experience? Because here you are, and I'm sure judged. So how was it for you?
Actually, for me, in my own personal world, it was great. Because, of course, family's going to love you. Of course, family's going to embrace you after doing 8.5 years of incarceration. Okay? Glory to God that I'm free today.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like I said, because it's nothing but a miracle.
Yeah.
But also, too, like I said, you have your family who's going to embrace you.
Yeah.
And then you have your small few friends, you know, that was around you who's going to embrace you as well. The thing that I had to be careful of, which I have to be careful of still today, is that you got people who come on along now. You don't really know their agendas. They think you're going somewhere, and you're like, hey, I'm just trying to make it.
Yeah.
They think they see a flyer, and you done made it. They think because you're on this radio show right here, or you done did a play, you know, you done made it.
Yeah.
And so I dealt with some things, even recently, that's kind of scared you. Be like, oh, my God, are you for real? You know, I'm going to go to the public. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to go on social media. Just be like, oh, man, you for real? You know, so for me, it's like I really have to watch my surroundings. I really have to watch how I step and where I step and who I step with, if I step at all. You see what I'm saying? Because I've always been a solo act and stuff. So I go back to Joseph, and I said at the play, you know, God gave all of us a platform. He gave all of us a dream. Every single man today has a dream. Now, if he's walking it out, that's on him. If he's not walking it out, that's on him. But Joseph was given a dream. His brothers did what? Hated on him.
Yeah.
And they threw him in a pit, you know. But his dad gave Joseph this real nice coat. And this coat, the brother was like, you know what, he's not going to keep this coat. So we're going to take his coat. They took his coat, put him in the pit. But one thing they couldn't take was the dream that he had. But they couldn't take what God put inside him. They took the coat off of him, but couldn't take what God put inside him.
Yeah.
And so for me personally, every dream that God put inside me, I'm going to walk out.
Yeah.
I might not walk it out with this brother. I might walk it out with him.
Yeah.
I might not walk. I'm just saying, but you know, it's going to get walked out. We all might walk it out together, but somehow, some way, it's going to get walked out. So I feel like every single, you know, person has to walk out their dream. So for me, you know, again, just coming home from my incarceration, for me, is that I just have to be, and then to some people I've been very, very, very close to, that I've had somebody call me and said, hey, man, so-and-so who just did a play here at this restaurant. And I said, well, man, give him the phone, bro. He said, are you for real? Now, this is a true story here. I'm not going to say the guy's name, though, because he got a pretty big name. And he said, are you for real? I said, yeah. I said, give him the phone. He said, well, man, this is so-and-so. I said, I don't care who he is, bro. I was his personal friend. I was his personal barber, man, for over 10 years, man, up until my incarceration. Take the phone to him. Trust me. He know who I am. Well, lo and behold, he takes the phone to him, and the guy says, well, man, yeah, I know Dominique, and I know his mom and his whole family. He said, but he did some things back in the day that I don't want to deal with today. That hurt me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, I've been all in your family, all in your grandmother's house, all in your house. I mean, I've seen you when you had a Honda Civic. Just because you have a Bentley today don't mean that you're, but that hurt me, though.
Yeah.
But I had to realize everybody's not going to be for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that when we do make a mistake, when brothers do make a mistake, when our brothers do get out of prison, incarceration, how we embrace them does make a difference in their success in society. So are we hurting or helping those brothers? What are you all seeing?
Well, me personally,
especially since so many of our black men are in prison. Let's be honest about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm speak from a personal experience. I just had someone that was released from prison, a friend of mine, and it's all about what you can do. You know, you don't just go throwing out money and everybody, like you say. You want this fish, or you want me to teach you how to fish?
Yes.
Right? So what I did for this brother, I'm a credit repair consultant. You know, I helped him get his personal credit together.
Okay.
A business credit as well. I showed him how to walk him through building his business entity so that he can have proper structure, you know, coming out for whatever he wants to use it for. And that's what I could do as we picked up where we left off. Now, I think that's important because those are things that can solidify your foundation, your future. You know, if something happened to you right now, at least you can leave. You don't just have to leave a life insurance policy. You can leave a business with assets making money. You know?
Carlos, what do you see, though? Do you see us helping or hurting our brothers who are getting out, who have been incarcerated? Because don't you think that does, it's so easy for us to when people see us now. You were in the same situation that brother was in. How dare you? You don't want to sit up and judge him. You driving your Mercedes now, but you know good and well if it wasn't for the grace of God, you would have been there. So are we helping or hurting our brothers who have been incarcerated?
I think it again, it goes back to the confidence you have as an individual. I've never been incarcerated, but there's still people that don't want to deal with me. And I understand that.
Wow.
So I just move along to the person that want to deal with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think it has anything to do, and it shouldn't even be a part of the conversation with regards to that person's past. You judge the person you're looking at.
Exactly.
You know, I didn't know this brother had been in prison till he just said that.
Yeah.
So when someone says to me, well, he looked like he'd been locked up, what does that look like?
Yeah.
You know? So, but
Maybe
it
he
says,
just like to work out.
yeah. But
I mean, yeah.
but it says more about that person. You know what I mean? So don't allow that to affect who you are.
Yeah.
So no, I think it still goes back to confidence.
I agree. Give me your definition. Let's start with you, Dom. What is your definition of brotherhood?
Brotherhood for me is almost like that saying goes, I am my brother's keeper. But brotherhood at the same time can also be that I'm going to be your best friend / your worst critic.
Okay.
So if it's not right, I'm not always going to agree with it.
That's right.
You know, and stuff. So, and then, like, again, I think my greatest saying right now, I'm not here to knock you down. I'm here to build you up.
I like that.
So
Your
that goes for
definition
me.
of brotherhood? And then, Carlos, I want to hear from you.
Just love, embracing your brother with love and support. You know, that's my definition summed up. of
Yeah.
brotherhood.
Yeah.
Mine is going to be accountability. You know, when I look at you as a brother, and you should be a leader in the community.
Yes.
And you're a detriment to the community. That's you're hurting the brotherhood in itself. So accountability. We have to be the one to say, yo, man, why are you out on Friday night and you have a 13-year-old son at home that you need to talk to? You know, he's been getting in trouble at school. He's been acting up. He needs more father time, and you out here popping bottles. We have to be willing to say that to each other. So it's accountability.
How do men take it though when you all tell another brother you need to do better for your family? Do you let's start with you and then I want to go around.
I've never been afraid to tell the truth. Now, so if you mad at me about it, you work that out with yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. And if you really call me your brother and the love is truly unconditional, it may hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
But you're going to recycle it and think about what I said.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it to hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. If you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask me the question.
Yeah, I like that. Ask you.
Right. I mean, I think just, again, embracing them with love, support, and with truth. In regards to the accountability, what was the...
Accountability. Can brothers be honest with each
Oh,
other?
yeah,
You see
yeah,
that
yeah,
brother
yeah,
being
right,
like,
right,
man,
right.
because a lot, and I'm going to be honest, when you see that brother cheating on his wife or out with that side piece,
Right.
can you pull that brother to the side and say, man, what you doing? You need to get home. Or do you turn the blind eye? Because do brothers take that well from each other? Men, you telling me what to do with my household?
I mean, I think as a brother, think about your brother. You should be able to talk to your brother about anything.
Yeah.
Now, if this is my brother, I would talk to him about my opinion, whether he accepts it or not. Because at the end of the day, it's my opinion. He might not have the morals and values and things, but again, like he said, accountability. I'm just planting the seed. I'm not saying do what I say. I'm just going to put out there what my opinion about whatever it is. But again, and there's a time and a place for everything. I don't just go telling people what they need to do with their lives.
You, Dom?
Well, I think that in the brotherhood community, us brothers need to be more candid with each other. Versus talking about each other to the next brother. We need to go to that brother. Because, see, us brothers, we face the same thing that women face. You know, a lot of us talk behind each other's back, or we kind of, do the closed eye, closed mouth situation. And I think we need to just go, you know what, listen, brother. I think what you're doing is not really right. I'm not saying I'm God, but I'm your brother. And I'm going to speak to you because I don't think it's right. You know what I'm saying? But before I can go to him about what he's not doing right, I got to make sure that I'm right.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that. We have to pay some bills. We have to pay some bills. We'll be right back. Dr. Don Radio Show.
Start 2018 with all the social media tools, motivational mojo, and selling techniques you need.
We've gathered a toolkit of the top speakers, including Les Brown live from London, Armando Montalongo, star of Flip This House.
Oscar Hines, author and marketing ninja. Paul Getter, social media star. Scott Schilling, stock investment expert. And Eric Stoller, founder of the Les Brown Institute.
Learn winning strategies from real estate mogul Armando Montalongo, a step-by-step process on how to invest, flip, and profit from real estate.
Discover how to become a professional speaker. Increase sales by mastering the art of influencing people.
Learn the insider secrets on how to make your social media convert into more than just likes.
Kick off 2018 like a champion. This powerful seminar will be in Dallas and Houston, January 13th and 14th.
Tickets available on Eventbrite at 2018 Success Toolkit event. Dallas, January 13th and Houston, January 14th. Don't miss it.
Synergy Studios offers a 3,500 square foot facility that allows you to do your show before a live studio audience. Ready to take your brand to the next level? Then join the Synergy Network.
Connect with the Synergy Network at sales@synergynetwork.com or give us a call at 281-892-2023.
Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
Sunday, January 14th is Martin Luther King Jr. Honors and Celebration Day here at the Community of Faith Church in Houston, Texas. Hello, friends. This is Bishop James Dixon, inviting you and your family and friends to join us for this most invigorating experience, honoring the legacy of Dr. King. The phenomenal Yolanda Adams will be singing in the 11 o'clock experience here at the Community of Faith Church. On this Sunday, we will be serving 70 community service.
That Carlos.
What's up,
We're
Kid
back.
Renee?
We're back. Y'all know, and RJ, I'll have to look up at you before the mic. Y'all don't know what I be talking about. I'm going to have to watch that, RJ. I don't want to say something I don't need to say. But anyway, this is the Dr. Don Radio Show. No judgment, just realness. We are having a good conversation with brothers. Last segment, Carlos, you wanted to say something about that.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on the relationship thing. You know, if you see somebody out, are you going to approach them? I'm not, because it's not my business.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what type of agreement you and your wife has.
Oh, that's a good point.
And frankly, it's not my business. You know, as he mentioned, my moralistic values may not be in line with yours. You know, so what you do in your household is between you and your wife. It's not my place to get in the middle of that. And I'd appreciate it if your wife don't ask me, hey, did you see Craig? That ain't none of my business.
Because that can't happen. Did you see him? Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend argue about this all the time. My girlfriend lives in New York. So you subject to see me out to dinner with one of my poets, a female or but I don't need you running up saying, does Liz know you here with this girl? That ain't none of your business.
That's right.
And it's not even any ill intent. You know what I mean? So that's I take that on because I want what I give.
That's good. That's good. So if you see, don't mind your business. Carlos gonna mind his business.
That's the safest thing.
Yes. But Dr. Don, you know, I always love to do my Q&A. But before I do my Q&A, quickly, guys, give us your website. Let's start with you, Carlos, and go around.
CarlosWallace.com.
You can't get it. Ash, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on Ash DeVito at Facebook right now.
Amen. Where can we find you, Don?
You can find me at Dominique Leonard on Facebook and Mr. Dominique Leonard on Instagram. DominiqueLeonardEntertainment.com.
Very good. Very good. Today's question comes, and you can always send me your you can DM Dr. Don. It goes down in the DM, but only in a good way. With Dr. Don by sending me your question. You send it to the THEDRDAWN. Send it to me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, and Dr. Don will read it on the air. Today we have Janae from Texas, and I want you guys to weigh in. She says, Dr. Don, my fiance and his friend fell out a few weeks ago. His friend was in the wedding, but now he is not. I really want them to reconcile, Dr. Don, before the wedding. I've talked to both of them, and no reconciliation. Any other ideas? So you have a sister who has a fiance, her fiance, and the friend fell out. She's trying to get them together. Let's start with you, Dom, quickly.
Well, she's not going to be able to do it. They got to want to do it. She can talk to the fiance, or she can go to the friend and say, hey, can you talk to my future husband? But it definitely has to be the men, because men have alter egos.
You, Ash, what do you think?
That's Man, that's kind of tricky because I'm the type of person. My wife don't like you. You don't like my wife. I don't like you either. I'm just gonna be honest. But it depends on the detail of why they fell out. If this is a real friend, is this friendship really worth saving, or at least coming to a point of common ground where we moving forward with differences, with different opinions or whatever it is. I just encourage them. Hey, just pray on it.
You, Carlos, what do you think?
Well, I'm a very principle-based person. You know, all my decisions are made based on my principles. So I would be talking to my fiance, trying to figure out what happened. You know, what created this division. So, and if it's something that I disagree with you on, I might need to reconsider this marriage because if our principles aren't aligned, our marriage can work. You know, but if it's something that the friend did that I say, oh, that's a violation of well, let's move on.
Wow.
Let's replace him with another brother.
I will say, let Dr. Don say this, and actually, I'm having to take my own advice. I say, and this is honestly, you cannot stress yourself out about things you cannot control. Hallelujah. Y'all don't know what happened during the break, but anyway, Carlos spoke something to me. But you can only encourage people to do things. You cannot make people do anything that you want them to do. I don't know what happened. You were very vague. You said they fell out. How do I get them together? I'd need to know the details. But this is what I kind of do. You can say what you want in love. You can encourage people, but at the end of the day, you need to pray over it and let God handle it. And I know you love your fiance, but you need to let God handle this, because sometimes we can get involved and we can make things worse. We think we're helping, but we can actually hurt.
Can I say one more thing?
Oh, of course.
You know, I say this often. We don't get upset because people are who they are. We're upset because they're not who we want them to be.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You got to let that go.
You have to. You're going to have to let it go. If they ever come together as friends, fine. If they don't, fine. But you need to leave it in God's hands. You need to pray over that, and you need to let it go. Let God handle that. Let God handle
Enjoy
that.
your wedding.
Yes, and plan the wedding, boo.
Right.
And throw the flowers out. Maybe Dr. Don will catch the bouquet. I don't know. Who knows? But today my daily dose is, don't hate, congratulate. But see, too many times we talk about people hating, but we don't get to the root of why people are hating. So let me talk to the haters. Let me talk to the people a minute who may be drinking a little haterade. You got a little jealousy in you. Whatever you are going through, your past experiences, your background, your upbringing, whatever it is, your insecurities, whatever it is that is allowing you to be jealous and hate on another, you need to get to the root of it. You need to get to the root of it, and you need to address it in a healthy way. Why are you hating on someone? Why are you so insecure that you hate somebody? You're going to have to heal. You're going to have to heal. You got to stop hating on your brother. You got to stop hating on your sister. And let me tell you, when you stop hating on somebody, you'll breathe different. You'll live different. Your life will be blessed. You're not going to block the blessings of the person you're hating on. You blocking your blessings. So if you want the best life, one of the best life, that's one of the pieces of having a blessed life, self-love. It starts with self-love. But if you do have that hatred inside of you, that jealousy inside of you, I just want to encourage you to have it, to address it. Talk to a life coach, talk to a therapist, counselor, your pastor, whatever it is. Get to the root of why you are hating. And once you get to the root, you will heal, you'll feel better. Then you won't hate. You'll congratulate. I just had to say that for a minute. It's too much hatred going on. And I do want people to heal. And I pray for my haters. I really do. I pray that God let them see that their ways are not going to get them anywhere.
That's right.
Because you're just not happy if you're ugly to other people. Can't happen. Good show today, I tell you. Dr. Don, I tell you, these brothers, thank you, Dominique Leonard,
You're welcome.
Ash DeVito, and Carlos Wallace.
You're welcome.
And thank you
for having
to
me.
the chocolate brother behind, who's my engineer, holds it down every week. RJ, thank you. Thank you. Oh, applause for yourself. Clap for yourself. And I don't hate, I congratulate all of you. So God bless you. Until next week, everybody. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you. And God bless you. Dr. Don will be back next week. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right.
Already.
Dawn Paul, a.k.a. the Dr. Dawn, is a certified life coach, and she is not a licensed medical professional. Should you need counseling, seek the advice of a certified professional. You're listening to The Dr. Dawn, and make sure you stay connected to me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at THEDRDAW.
We are now Synergy Radio. Powerful talk that inspires change.
Hey now, this is Amber Shaw inviting you to join me Sunday afternoons for Unplugged Praise. You'll get a dose of industry news, artist interviews, and music from some of your favorite artists such as John P. Key, Pastor Shirley C.